All right, so this is actually for who's this? Mike Ships. I think this is who it's for. He had come into the Discord and he was asking particular questions. So yes, I'm addressing everybody who will be watching this, but this is specifically towards Mike Ships. He's looking to learn scalping to pass the funded challenge. Good stuff on that. I don't necessarily recommend funded challenges because if you really think about their whole setup, their whole system, they're more geared towards making money off of people who are going to lose. So I think you'd be better off to just start with your own capital and work your way up and just build it up from there. The compounding is crazy, but it can be done. And so a couple different things here because I was trying to go back and forth. Number one, don't try to wrap trading around your day or wrap your life around trading. Try to adjust trading to your life. So if for some reason you only have, an hour or two to trade, then you need to focus on that. You don't need to work on scalping something like a New York session where you got to wake up at like 1 o'clock in the morning or something and then trade for like an hour and a half, 2 hours, and then just completely and totally interrupts your day. The whole point is to find something that is repeatable and you can stay consistent and disciplined to. Now, as far as a strategy, because he's asking for a particular strategy, in which case he said, I think said he was 2 weeks in, and he's talked about fair value gaps and order blocks and all this other stuff. And granted, yes, it all works, but I think from that perspective, that is the most complicated way to do anything. Now, for you, Mike, here's what I would say. I would go ahead and get a journal going. Go ahead and get a trading journal going where you're going to track your trades. You are going to track what it is you're doing. I'm waiting for this to come down here. You're going to track the entry price, a screenshot, the exit price, a screenshot, whether you won or lost, and what was your reason for getting in. I would have this in two different columns. I would have one, just a high level overview, because you mentioned a few different things: support and resistance, fair value gaps, chart patterns, all this other stuff. I would label it as those different types. Maybe you got in on a fair value gap. Cool. That's what you were looking for. And then in your notes, you're actually going to put in what you were looking at, why, what you were targeting, all this other stuff. You're going to actually like journal that out. And what we're going to do is you're going to have to do this probably about 3 months. And if you're not ready for that commitment, you're probably not going to make it. What you're going to do is you're going to take whatever trades you feel like. You're going to put your stops and your targets wherever you feel like them, whether it's a trading method that tells you where to put them, or whether you're just going to look based upon whatever knowledge that you have. You're going to put a target someplace and a stop loss someplace, and you're going to track it all. And what that's going to do is, for the 3 months that it takes you to get all this stuff down, is number one, you're going to see what works for you. Perhaps you go through your trading journal and you realize, you know what, when I trade fair value gaps, I am not as successful as I am if I just trade support and resistance. Okay, well, cool. That means you should probably cut fair value gaps out of your trading plan. You should not be looking for fair value gaps. You should avoid fair value gaps. And you should only be focusing on those that bring you success. So, with that being said, that's what you need to do. I would say start tomorrow, which Monday, I don't know what the date is. Who cares? Start tomorrow, look at the charts, for whatever reason, whatever you're going to get in, go ahead and take the trade. Now, like I said before, I would go ahead and wrap that around your current lifestyle. I would not adjust your lifestyle to try to learn trading. You need to fit it in where you can. That'll make sure that it's a little bit easier to stay consistent and disciplined to it versus trying to rework your whole life around it. I think that pretty much covers everything that you need for now. Um, I hope that you actually take this and go forward with it. It's going to be really, really difficult. Everything in part of you is going to be like, no, it can't be. There has to be something to it. There has to be something that I'm missing. It's like your mind is going to tell you so many different things. And the real true answer is you just have to stay consistent with something simple in order for you to see long enough in the long run what is actually going to work and what's not going to work. And then the key there, as simple as it sounds, do more of what works and less of what doesn't.